Welcome to another episode of Having a Brawl. This run started out a bit rough, with 2 losses in a row, but we were able to turn things around and end with a 5-4 record. Playing a Ninjas deck this week, trying to accrue value through ninjutsu, strong removal, and a tempo game to grind out the win. Let's jump into some games and see how we do. First game against Nicole Bolas, Dragon God. Usually some sort of control strategy, either counterspell based or sorcery speed based with lots of removal. This hand is just fine. We can start on a Slither Blade. We have some removal if he happens to play any creatures, and a sword to get a payoff for the Slither Blade. Let's give it a shot. Four lands. I usually like to start with 3, but we'll give it a shot. Another land is not what we need right now, but that's okay. Opponent starting off with some ramp and another land. I will use my surveil land to try and make sure we don't hit yet another land. Okay, that's another payoff for our unblockable creature, so we'll keep that on top. Also helps us draw some extra cards. Opponent on a tap land. And Bender's Waterskin. Mana rock that lets him untap it during other players' turns as well. And we can either play Sword, or we can try to get in with Ninja. With only 1 mana up, there's a limited number of interaction pieces he could have. I think we'll start with the sword. We use all of our mana. Seems to resolve quickly, so it didn't look like you haven't had any interaction for it. Opponent with Chandra, Torch of Defiance.
On fire? I know.
Bit of overkill to kill off our Slither Blade, but that's fine. That does leave him with no more blue mana. Hexing Squelcher. Interesting choice on Nicole Bolas deck. We could remove his creature, or we could get Kaito out and make a blocker. That's probably the play. Something holding priority here. So he has some sort of 1 mana spell, or he has a stop.
Wannabe tyrants gotta get through me first.
And if he does remove it, that's fine. We'll leech 2 life. Looks like he has something. Okay, clean the dust to draw or to gain some life off of my creature spell in the graveyard.
Oh, today's my lucky
Exiles a mountain. And he already played a land for the turn, so he lets it go to exile. Nicole Bolas.
We make the multiverse in my image.
Notably has all activated abilities of all planeswalkers that are on the field, so he can activate one of mine or one of his Chandra's abilities if he wants to. Uses Nicole Bloss to
This
blow up
was
my
tougher
commander.
than I expected.
That's fine. And opponent passes. So if I strategic betrayal to get rid of his blocker, I can get in and take out one of his planeswalkers. I could either use the sword, except it won't activate if it hits a planeswalker, so more likely I'll use Ninja just to get it down. Alternatively, I could just make my creature bigger and play Spelldancer. I think that's the play. Actually, we don't need to place attack or activate the sword, just need to use Strategic Betrayal, assuming he has no counterspells. He does not. Also exiles his escape spell. And I think we take out Chandra. Limit Nicole Bolas's abilities. Might as well get this in. Actually, on second thought, Mercurial Spelldancer might be a better option.
Guess you don't need me anymore.
No, we don't. Play Spelldancer and pass. He only has one card in hand, and he can only plus. Unless he gets another Planeswalker. He's pretty limited on what he can do with Nicole Bolas this turn, and we should be able to take him out. Worth doing, even though it is the commander. Make him have to replay it, waste his mana. We can easily exile a swamp. Not a big deal.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Unless he has removal for both of our creatures, we should be able to take Bolas out next turn. I'm just going to pay 0. I don't need any rats. Interesting choice. If he's paying attention, he knows that I have an unblockable creature, so he probably won't go low enough to die to that. But maybe he does. And if he doesn't see the sword also. Some people miss things when they're playing Arena. Okay, that is the perfect top deck. We can let him swing in for a turn in theory, or we can wait, take advantage of him being shields down to try and kill off all his rats. Either way, we need to get rid of the Planeswalker. I think the play is to kill his Planeswalker, attack in with the drone. He can block it, he'll lose 2 life. Or he decides not to block it. Either way, we can blow up the board.
business to attend to.
And play Crux. Completely undoing his last turn and making it so he just paid a bunch of life for nothing. Don't mind it. Ragavan dashed, not a big deal. Opponent chooses to play my Orokusaki. You have removal for my sword. Looks like he does. Yep, okay, that's fine. Okay. We could play Looter, or probably the better bet is to play Kaito, plussing to make Orokusaki unable to attack or block, and set up for future turns.
This fight is already over.
He can still dash Ragavan, but he can't kill my Planeswalker with him. If he does that, he won't have the mana to play his commander again. Unless he has a land, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So he'll probably just minus to kill my commander. That's fine.
Once again.
Not a big deal.
I'm sure
It took his
we'll
whole
laugh
turn to
about
do
this
that.
later.
We can play Shoreline Looter. And then he doesn't know about the ninja. We can go ahead and castle Lockthwain on his turn. So, should be in a good shape. We can also block Ragavan if we want to. Okay. That's probably even better. So we'll ditch the ninja. Gix letting us draw cards when our creatures hit players. Expressive iteration for our opponent. All right, he gets rid of Gix. This game might be slipping away from us a little bit, but that's okay. We don't have to win every game. And he finds removal for our looter. Opponent coming up with spades. Okay, so this is something. That's actually not bad. We can kill off his creature and get 2 of our creatures back and play one of them. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And we don't really need the looter.
Witness a mote of my power.
Getting a land here would be good, so we could play Kaito again. And opponent dashes Ragavan. We'll go ahead and let him hit. It's no big deal. Deckhand. You can play that and activate the castle.
Your assault is insulting. My intellect is without limit.
On it, Dashing Ragavan again. Okay, that's more removal for Nicole Bolas. That's something that interacts with his graveyard. Treasure Cruise. Okay, draw 3 cards. Stock up for more card draw. He has quite a bit of card draw going on. And the Eldest Reborn. I'm going to say we're probably too far behind at this point to win. And considering this is a control deck, it's not likely to win anytime soon. I'm just going to go ahead and call it quits. Give us some more time for another game. Not particularly well positioned against control decks unless we get a good fast start or they stumble a bit. That's okay. No blue mana. I think I need to mulligan this one. That is a much better hand. Give it a shot. Campbell, Profiteering Mayor, all about tokens. And we can start on... Let's start on Island Brainstorm, and then we can use the Scalding Tarn to surveil away something we don't want, if needed, with our Surveil land. Orzhov Signet. Okay. We don't mind hitting our land drops, so we'll just keep that. And we play Shoreline Looter. We could potentially ninjutsu in Kaito next turn if our opponent doesn't remove Looter. Looks like he's eyeballing it, though. That's fine. We can just play Kaito at some point. We also have Deckhand as a follow-up. Or we can hold up removal. Opponent in the tank. Rossi is welcome for card draw. Okay. That's fine. Alright, so considering it's shields down for our opponent, we can go ahead and ninjutsu in Kaito.
Your tech is way out.
Hit for
Slim
3.
chances just make victory that much sweeter.
And either make the emblem. Don't need to tap a creature, obviously. Don't really need the card draw at the moment, so we'll make an emblem.
Never underestimate my skills.
Land tax. All right, and he has removal. That's fine.
I fought so
We
hard.
get to keep the emblem, thankfully. We could either play our commander or play a double creature turn, or a creature in our goggles. Walton Goggins goggle glasses. Let's just make this creature goggles turn. That way, if he has some sort of board wipe, it incentivizes him not to play it. Or if he does, he doesn't get much value out of it. He doesn't know about the deckhand. Black-white, they tend to have a lot of removal, so want to play careful and not overcommit the board. Asa, Opulent Oligarch. Okay. And Cruel Celebrant. Thankfully, we do have removal. Looks like this is a good turn for Moonstare Specialist to go for the throat. We can play Otawara as a land. Yep, that uses all our mana. We don't get to use the goggles, but that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Bounce the Cruel Celebrant. And remove Teysa while he is shields down. No mana up. Cannonball. Cannonball, not sure. And Adeline. Strong card. Opponent has to discard to hand size. Then tax overfilling his hand. It's not as bad as it looks. Okay. So we can play Kaito, make one of those unable to block, and then activate him a second time.
Wannabe tyrants gotta get through me first. I can run circles around you.
See what he does. Okay, he lets it hit.
I've got the upper hand now.
All right, I've shut down his board. Play a land and play Looter. Being able to bounce Moonsnare is pretty good. We can keep replaying it with Ninjutsu and bouncing his stuff. Elspeth Stormslayer, that is one scary card.
Do not despair. Together, we will win. Ready on!
Makes a pair of 1/1s. Okay, a board wipe might be a good take here if we can find one. Would be nice to find removal for that as well. Let's start with a card draw and see what we find.
Sometimes
Oroku Saki.
to sit and watch.
Okay, so if we play, let's see, we have 6, basically 7 untapped lands. We ninjutsu, or sneak this in, I should say. Pretty much the same as ninjutsu, just a little different. We would still have 5 mana, so any of our board wipes would be on the table. Alternatively, we could just equip the goggles, which might be the play. Only 1 mana. Try 1, then draw. Nashi is good, but we need removal right now. Okay. Loot away. Let's loot away the Scalding Tarn.
Let's press our advantage.
And yeah, let's go ahead and bounce him so we can draw another card. And that is not what we needed.
Won't stay hidden for long.
Let's go ahead and dig with the clue. Also not what we needed. Well, let's see what we have. Not much hope from here, but we can give it another turn, see what we draw. We definitely need a board wipe and or something to remove Elspeth. He will quickly run away with the game. Let's go ahead and surveil. We don't need another land right now. And we can just play a blocker. And as far as blockers go, probably just Moon Circuit Hacker. We don't really need all of these. It's probably the least valuable in our hand. But if we don't see now maybe it was Oroku Saki for the 4 power. I forgot about the emblem, honestly. That's okay. Opponent anguished unmaking our creature.
Rise and seize your destiny.
Hit for quite a bit. Assuming if they attack, okay, of course.
These aren't like any machines I know.
Okay. 7. So if we do wipe the board right now, he does leech us for 7, bringing us down to 2. Most likely not our game, but that's okay. And Blood Argus seals the deal. Even with a board wipe, we are dead. Go ahead and move on to the next game. See what we got out of this pack. Northampton Farm. Okay, found an opponent at almost exactly a minute. Kumena. All right, so green-blue Merfolk. All right. And this hand is fine. We got an unblockable creature and a ninjutsu payoff, a little bit of card draw, and the sword. Let's probably start on Marsh Flats to get our Scryland and see what we can find. Cryptic Command sleeves. Might be an indication of what kind of deck they're playing. Merfolk or Kumena could go one of two ways. Could go Merfolk Tribal Heavy with a bit of protection, or it could be kind of a pseudo control deck with Merfolk as finishers. The Cryptic Command sleeves, it kind of indicates they might have some counters. Got to remember that. Trailing another land. Probably want to keep that because we do want to hit Kaito on time if we can. Play the Deckhand. And then next turn, we can, if no interaction, we can Chart a Course and Ninjutsu Silver Fur Master. Opponent looking at our creature, though, might have some interaction. For a single mana, I'm not sure. Okay. It looks like we have two Ninja Lords. Interesting. Okay. We'll attack first. Alright, doesn't look like he has interaction. So we'll go ahead and play Silver Fur Master. And Chart a Course. Okay, got a little bit of removal, which is nice. You want to try to keep Kumena off the board if you can help it. He's pretty strong, albeit only when you have a lot of Merfolk. Deep-Root Waters, making Merfolk creatures whenever he plays Merfolk. Pretty strong. Thousand Face Shadow, we want to kind of hang on to that until we can take advantage of its ability. Looks like maybe just attack and Sword and Fire and Ice, get a tap land out of the way. Or we could play Kaito. Draw a card and make a 2/2. I kind of like getting the sword out, though. Not likely to have a graveyard that really matters super much in Merfolk. It's not really much of a graveyard deck. So playing the Bajuka Bog without value is fine. Opponent plays Jade Light Ranger, explores twice. And a Sea Note Scout. Another Explore card. All right. So, looks like maybe we play Kaito, shut off one of his creatures. In theory, let's see. Or we can just build up a bit of a board. Give one of our creatures protection from blue, which could come in handy. Let's just build up a bit of a board presence. And we can just play this. We can always bounce it later to get the value. And give something protection from blue. Doesn't really make too much of a difference what it is. Probably the Silver Fur Master. He's our most valuable creature. Don't need to attack. He'll just block with his 4/3. So pass. Gives us a decent board for blocking. And he gets to tutor up a Merfolk card, put it on top of his deck. Potentially, you could use Splinter to make their blocks bad. Also, Ingenious Infiltrator with the Flyer. Finds Merfolk Mistfinder, just a 2-mana Lord. Okay. I think we'll start by attacking and see how he blocks. Probably try to kill the Silver Fur Master. If he blocks for just enough, we can make it bigger with Splinter. You can't block the Deckhand. Okay. So far, so good. That's a Spirit. Cannot be blocked except by Spirits. None of these are Spirits. Can't block the Flyer. Okay. So, we sneak in Splinter. And we in Ninjutsu in Ingenious Infiltrator to draw a card. We could also... Oh, no, we don't have the mana for that, but... Oh, wait, do we? Oh, that's right. He makes them cost less. So we could make another Silver Fur Master. That's actually pretty good. I think I'll do that, actually. Bouncing... Let's bounce Splinter. He's easy to get back into play. And the second Silver Fur Master will... Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, this tests a target, and he has protection from blue, so we can't do that. Okay, we'll just let this through then. Makes his block bad. Yes, something. I'm not sure what he could have for no mana. Ah, okay. Card draw, that's fine. Not ideal, but not much we can do about it. And we get to draw a couple cards. And then a tap land and replay the Deckhand. Opponent can present quite a bit of power, but we do have them low on life. We can block with the Deckhand if we need to. Okay. Opponent chooses to attack with everything they can. Okay. That's 6, 9 plus 6 is 15. We'll take 6 less, go down 9 points. Down to 15. Okay. Kill off his Mistfinder. Okay, so equip this to Ingenious Infiltrator. That way we can ninjutsu in Thousand-Faced Shadow. We could also play Dokochi Silencer and kill off his 5/4. Let's see, make a copy of the Silver Fur Master. He would take 7, 8, 9, 10. Wouldn't quite be enough to kill him. Or we could do Silencer and kill off his big creature to mostly guarantee we don't die next turn. Also saves on mana. But we could do both. We could do both. Okay. Yeah, that's probably the play. We will bounce. Wait a minute. Yeah, we'll bounce. Let's see. We want to make a copy of this. Okay, let's make the copy first and just see what our board looks like after that. Bouncing Splinter. Make ourselves a black source. You have the lands. And then we can do Silencer, or wait, let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, Splinter's just lethal. No, he's not. No, he's not. Okay. Yeah, we'll do Silencer. Bouncing the Thousand-Faced Shadow. And killing our opponent. I miscalculated. All right. Great. Victory against Merfolk. It's again another match found at exactly a minute. That doesn't seem like a coincidence to me. Lumra. Mono green. Caring about lands. One of many type green stranders of that type. Green, very much a land type of color. Somewhat questionable hand, but we do have a little bit of card draw. Turn 1 play. Need to try and find black mana, but I think we can keep this. Okay. Start on Slither Blade. Next turn we can put the Ring Temps on him. No, or we can just play Bojuka Bog. Yeah, probably play Bojuka Bog so that next turn we can play one of our spells with black in the cost. Alright, so we'll attack. Actually, I mean, yeah, no reason really not to do this. Just for the card draw. Sometimes that can actually come in handy for making things unblockable as well. Got some more card draw, which is nice. Weather Maker. Landfall. Whenever land enters, put a charge counter on it. Okay. So it's ramp, and then more ramp, and then some removal. I imagine that's pretty good in this deck. Landfall. What it is. Let's see. Probably just land, Satoru. Meaning we can ninjutsu in any creature and benefit from it as well. Notably, he doesn't care whether the ninjutsu is from him or from the card itself, so take advantage of that. Nissa is Lotus Cobra on turned up to 11. Kenris Transformation on Satoru, that's fine. We can attempt to get in with him and ninjutsu in something later, or sneak in something and then get rid of the enchantment. Alternatively, he blocks and we trade, and that's totally fine too. So we're going to go ahead and attack with both. See what he does. Not particularly a great removal spell against me because of the fact that I have sneak as a mechanic. Okay. Play another land and just replay Satoru. Feels good. Feels good. I like it. Still low on black mana, but we don't need a board wipe yet. So, not a big deal. That could change very quickly, though. Lumra for like 2 lands. Yeah. It's fine. Mossborn Hydra. Could play it. And he does. Okay. Board wipe would be nice at some point. Let's see. We could shut down blocks with our commander. That's probably the play. Shut down Lumra. And then see what he does for blocks.
Kamigawa is safe.
We could also activate him a second time either way with our Slither Blade.
I've got a good feeling about this.
And shut down Nissa or draw a card. Probably shut down Nissa. Or create a blocker. Yeah, let's create a blocker, actually.
Phyrexia has minions, but I have friends.
Card a card. We are over on hand size, which is a good place to be. Probably ditch the Flamestorm, don't need it. Not in a terrible spot. Lumra can't attack, so that's his biggest threat right now, although once again, Mossborn Hydra could get pretty big. Oh, that is terrifying. We might just be dead. We might just be dead. Such is the power of mono green. Yeah, as any kind of ramp here, I think we're just dead, yeah. Okay, that puts this creature at ridiculous large numbers. I'm personally in the camp of this kind of strategy should be nerfed. I don't love what's going on here. I'm at 4 lands and he's at 9. More than twice what I have. And he didn't have to do that. That was just salt on the wound, but what are you going to do? Moving on, at least the game is quick. Not a big deal. All right, up against Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor. I actually have a Gix deck. Pretty strong. A lot of fun. My take on Gix is funny. I'll have to show it off sometime in a video. And this hand is fine. Have our mana. Blockable creature. So let's give it a shot. Start on Misty Rainforest. Go ahead and get our Surveil land. Deadly Cover up on top. This could be really good considering Gix is very much a creature grow wide deck. In theory. Yeah, so having a board wipe would be nice. Also, Kaito is a great blocker here, so we'll go ahead and play him. You could have removal, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Reveals their hand, choose a non-land card. Getting rid of my Planeswalker. Okay, now he knows about the board wipe, though. Okay. Speaking of hand interaction, let's go ahead and... You can play Gix and attack and draw a card. I'm not that worried about it, though, because then he's opening himself up to eaten alive, so let's just go ahead and get some damage in. See what he's got in his hand. Removal. Corpses of the Lost is probably the take here, but let's see what else he's got. More removal. Removal's removal, not a big deal. Harriet's Apple to steal creatures. Also not a big deal. Yeah, definitely Corpses of the Lost. This card is crazy. Lost Jeet. Jite, whatever you want to call it. All right, gets in with Cult, Conscript. He is missing land drops, notably. He may just scoop because of that. We'll see. Kill off my Biting Palm Ninja. Not a big deal. He already did his job. That's essentially a 2-for-1 because I got a card out of his hand and he cast a spell to get rid of it. So, all right, missed our land drop, but that's okay. Just play Kaito again and pass. Not in terrible shape. He's missing land drops as well, so we're not as far behind as it might feel like. A lot of people do this where they make each basic land a different art. Okay, we could do Kaito into Sneak Shredder's Technique, or just use Bitter Triumph to get rid of him. That's probably the play. We could go Kaito into Sneak in Silver for Master and kill his commander. Go ahead and lose 3 life, pay 3 life. That 3 life that we would have taken from his attack, instead we pay it and kill his commander, and he won't draw a card. Okay, no land drop. What is this, the mirror match? He cannot play his removal, so this is probably the play, so we can try to draw into a land. He's got something. Looks like another removal spell. That's fine. Okay. Down to 18. Drafted Butcher. And Thoughtseize. Okay, takes one of my removal spells. I still have another one. Alright, so Kaito shut down his creature.
So this is my opponent. I'm not impressed.
Attack.
I'll handle this one.
And
I'm incredibly close.
yeah, we can bounce this. Making another 2/2.
All right, little buddy. Let's clean up this mess.
Want to keep up the pressure as much as possible. He could remove my commander, that's fine. Uses his whole turn. If he tries to equip that, it's not going to work out for him. Great, because he can't attack. Okay, that's fine. Underground River. Alright, we're hitting our land drops now, which is good. We'll shut down his creature again. And he scoops it up.
Too slow.
Clean game. Long wait here we're having. I'm wondering if that means that the algorithm doesn't know how to match me up. Ref and Mikey, Troublemakers. The name is very accurate. One of the boogeymen of the format right now. Easily exploitable. Easily exploitable, because you can just put only creatures that to hit that are powerful, or mostly, and usually hit something strong. Our hand is okay. I do wish we had another land. But we do have some removal. Probably worth keeping. We can bounce Raph and Mikey the first time he plays him, in theory. All right, let's give this a shot. Start on the tap land, because why not? Exploration. And Llanowar Elves. Okay, that is oodles of ramp. Looks like our play is probably just exile his creature. Okay. Looks like only getting one extra land drop out of his exploration. Okay, and Ragavan. Not a big deal. Alright, the play is Thousand-Faced Shadow, hold up Tyrant Scorn. Either killing Ragavan or bouncing something else. Rhythm of the Wild, okay. Good card. Into Michelangelo. Okay, that's fine. Used up his treasure. Doesn't look like he has another land either. So he's pretty far off from playing his commander. In which case, I feel like removal's the way to go here. Get a blue-black tap land. But we'll have it coming in tapped. So I guess not really a tap land. And kill off Michelangelo. I have him in another deck, and I know how powerful he can be. Hardened Scales on a creature. Very good. Raven Form could come in handy. Notably not instant speed, however. That's okay. I could foretell it and play Invisible Stalker, or I could play my commander. Probably want to keep drawing some cards, so we'll go ahead and do that.
Wannabe tyrants gotta get through me first. I got fresh intel. Let's press our advantage.
Keep drawing. All right.
Keep both eyes.
Hit our next land drop. Good stuff. Opponent at 5 mana. Replaying Ragavan. Interesting choice. Totally fine with that. Notably didn't hit me, so he didn't get a treasure. Alright, so play a land. Let's foretell this and just get Thousand-Faced Shadow and Invisible Stalker out. Keep up the pressure. He's still a land off of playing Raph and Mikey. Okay. Could double block that. He's trying to pressure. We're going to go ahead and kill Ragavan. Don't mind losing 2 creatures here, because we did draw 2 cards with our commander. Getting rid of Ragavan is definitely the play. We want to try to keep him off the mana he needs as much as possible. We could just play Moonsnare Specialist here. bounce the Caryatid, so he won't be able to play Rapid Mikey next turn. Alternatively, we could turn it into a bird. Like that, actually, it gives us the mana to play other spells as well. Don't mind the bird. It's only a 1/1. We actually could still play this and bounce it. But let's play Kaito.
Whatever you need.
Plus him.
Found a
And pitch the Shorestalker. Yeah. Play Silver Fur Master and pass. The longer we can keep him off Rapid. Okay, that's basically removal for Kaito. That's one heck of a top deck, I gotta say. Not as good of a top deck as he could have hoped for. But that's okay. Because this can shut it down.
So this is my opponent. I'm not impressed. I'll handle this one. Stay alert. Something's up.
Draw a card.
Sometimes the winning move is to sit and watch.
Delighted Halfling. Giving it haste.
Now it's a real fight. Ha! Too slow.
And let's see. Let's bounce the bird and have a blocker for the Halfling. And might as well just play the Silver Fur Master again. Doing okay? Still one land off? Okay. He has the land, but he can't use it this turn. All right. Got down.
That should be enough of a
Then we attack with both. And do some bouncy. And we can just keep doing it. No reason not to.
Unfortunately for you, my head's in the game. Let's
So if he
show
does
you
hit a land drop, we
what
have a
real
death touch
tech
blocker
can
at
do.
least. Draw a couple cards. Nice. Hit our land drop. Play the spell Dancer. He could still just kill us with Rapid Mikey. That's the nature of the card. Okay, he did not hit his land. That's a good thing. We're just going to keep up the pressure.
You can't fight what you can't see.
Let's keep it up. Try to kill him if we can. That's fine. Surely he knows that wasn't the play. Alright, Halfling down.
I've
Bounce
outsmarted
this.
you this time.
Yeah, to leech him some more. And we shut down the beast already, so we can make a death touching blocker.
Let's clean
Play
this
land,
mess.
play the Spelldancer, and you know, probably more creatures is better. He's not likely to have board wipes, and we do want to be able to stop as much damage as we can. Okay, he does play Raph and Mikey. See what he hits. Ouroboros. Coming at my commander. Alright, so we Death Touch that, block the Ouroboros, take 6, kill his board. Seems good. Seems good. Down to 8, but he's pretty much down to dead. In fact, I think he is just dead. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. And that's game. Beat Raph and Mikey. Excellent. I like it. I like it. Played smart. Next game against Laughing Jasper Flint, trying to steal all my spells. Okay. Our hand is fine. I would like another land, but I will take it. Got some removal. Got a sword. Got some unblockable creatures. Cursebound Witch. Start on the tap land. Into Vengeful Strangler. Opponent really leaning into the outlaw theme. Okay. And we can just play. Yeah, we can play any of our 2-drops. I don't have any. We'll play the Spelldancer. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. Von Street Thief. One or more scouts, pirates, and a rogue you control deal combat damage to a player. Exile the top card of that player's library. You may cast it if you don't create a treasure. Kind of a weird Ragavan. That's fine. Okay. Hitting our land drop is extra good here. And let's just play Satoru. Kind of a removal check. And we can keep up Spelldancer in case we want to block. And he does have removal. It's fine. Attacks with all. We'll go ahead and take out Vaughn. Plays Tiny Bones. Okay. Did not hit a land drop, which is somewhat unfortunate, but we can play Gix as a 3/3. Decent blocker here. Plays Laughing Jasper Flint. We can get rid of that. We'll take 2 here. Right. Get rid of Flint. Make him have to replay it. That's fine. I'll just take 2. Okay, Otawara. Play it as a land or... Let's see. I don't really mind him getting that. Kaito, make a 2/2. Seems fine.
I won't. Let's show these scrapheads what real
And pass the turn.
do.
He only gets to play one of the spells. Wow, what a hit. I don't like that at all. Thankfully, he only gets to pick one. And we do have a death touching blocker, so the swords aren't too bad. Neither of them will protect because this is colorless. I will definitely take those. Those. Oh, that's got. Wait. Okay, so I gotta do block here, block here. I will take that attack. I like that attack. He doesn't get to attach his Strangler. Wait. Oh, it does attach the Planeswalker. That's fine. Okay. Start by drawing a card. Actually, we can plus shut down. Wait. So how does this work? Okay. The beginning of your upkeep, can permanent its controller sacrifices a non-land permanent of their choice, and the player loses 1 life. Okay. But the idea being you want to sack this so that it doesn't keep hitting things. In which case, we probably just want to draw a card with this.
Huh.
Okay.
Even I learned something.
And then we play Deckhand. We played Birthday Escape, draw a card, try to hit our land drop. Excellent. And we play Octopus. He let his commander go to the command zone, so either he has removed recursion, or he made a mistake, or he just doesn't care. Hard to say. Let's play the Octopus on it by itself. And we can just sack the Kaito. Not a big deal. We can always just replay it. I do like when opponents use removal on our commander. It is virtual card advantage. They're going down a card in their hand. You get rid of a card we can replay. May 1 life. Each player discards a card and sacrifices a creature of their choice. Pitch Tetsuko. Each player, okay. Discards Roaming Throne. I think doesn't really make a difference because if he attacks a Tiny Bones, we'll probably block it. Maybe not. We'll see. Rakdos joins up. What does that do? It's Jasper Flint back. Jasper Flint back, rather. Okay. Play the sword and attack. Or yeah, play the sword and attack. Let's see what we get. Mist Syndicate Naga, don't mind that at all. Just a 3/1 for him. Replace Vaughn. Okay. And a land is not going to do it. We cannot shut that down, so that's game. Board wipe would have been good, but we didn't really have much of a chance. All right, up against Ral Crackling Wit. Otter Ral. Okay, and we have a fine hand. Surveil land into a 2-drop. And we do want to hit our lands. Keep up the pressure against him as much as possible. It's likely to have some removal. Tetsuko's pretty good here, unless he has an exactly lightning bolt. He's not likely to have removal on our turn. Okay. He has something holding priority. Try to pass through as fast as possible, but you can still see the stick. And third path Iconoclast. We could attack and ninjutsu to bounce the Iconoclast. That seems like a good play. Let's do it. Hit for 2. Replays Iconoclast. Okay, we'll attack. And we can use Ninja. Mist Syndicate Naga, not bad. Go ahead and grab a Swamp and replay Tetsuko. We don't care terribly much about his tokens when we're keeping up the pressure. And we actually have pretty good blockers as well, so. Mist Syndicate Naga could come down next turn and do some work. Really, really good with Tetsuko. Okay. Play land and attack and see what he does. Okay. Let's start on Moonsnare Specialist. See what he does. I'm guessing he'll probably try and counter this, which is fine. Means we can also replay. Okay. Doesn't do that. Okay. And then we'll just do Shredder. Like it gets us to draw 2 cards. And keeps the Moonsnare Specialist in our hand for more removal. Hit for 5, draw 2. Very good, very good. Keeps our hand nice and full. And Fairy Mastermind gives him some card draw 2. That's fine. He only gets to get 1 card off the second week draw. Duelist of the Mind. What Jace look like? Okay. So if we were to play the Gix's Command, we'll probably counter it, so let's start on Strategic Betrayal. Make sure we can get a ninjutsu trigger. Assuming he doesn't counter this. That's fine if he does, though. I'm okay with that. He can only kill one of our creatures. Okay. Based on that play, we could just play our commander, shut down the mastermind, and attack. Seems good. Let's do that. We don't mind taking a little bit of damage to get a watery grave here. Oh, actually, we can just get the Sunken Hollow. That's right. We have basics. Cool. Painless.
Relax.
Shut down the mastermind. Attack, draw a card. Don't think there's anything for 1 mana that can kill that. Fine if you hits it for some. Oh, he does actually have something. That's fine.
My emperor needs
Not a big deal. Still shuts down his creature and lets us attack.
Distraction.
And actually, we're not even going to draw because we'll have to discard for hand size, and it'll give him a card. So no draw. Just keeping up the pressure. Casting his commander.
Fine.
Making an otter.
Otter to otter? I need some help.
Okay. So play Kaito, shut down Mastermind, attack, or if it planeswalkers, no. Only creatures, okay. Target creature. Action from white and black, that doesn't help us here. Or we could play Gix's command. He only has 1 red mana, so that'll probably resolve, and we can make our creature big and attack Ral. So 2 counters, destroy each creature. Seems good.
You ought to knock that
Gain
off.
4. They tap land to pass. Makes another otter.
I hope you've got bottled lightning share.
Electromancer and Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay. All right, so Kaito shut down Electromancer. Attack. Or we could just attack. If he does want to kill it, he has to block with everything. Blocks with the otter, that's fine. Okay. It only hits creatures and enchantments. Okay, let's see. Just play Moonsnare, Specialist, bounce the Electromancer, and Tetsuko. Or Satoru. Satoru's fine. Gives us more pressure. Makes another otter.
Together we can shift the current.
And replace Electromancer. And third path. Okay. I think we play Silver for Master for his regular cost, just to pump the team and just keep up the pressure. And stop caring about Ral. making him have to block is a good. Takes down 3 of his creatures. Don't mind that at all. And then we kill off the Iconoclast. Less chance of blockers. Play the Tetsuko. I don't even honestly mind if he board wipes here. We still have pressure in our hand. Notably, only one spell would actually completely wipe my board that I can think of. There's probably more than the one I'm thinking of.
I'll just invent a solution.
All right, draw 3, discard 2, probably digging for an answer to my board. Thundering Falls. Scrying or surveilling away a raptor. Replay Rao. Make an otter. Oh no, just
iterate.
Okay. So he's dead on board, and I don't think there's any way he can stop it. Unlikely. Yeah. And we'll do them the honor of attacking right away and getting it over with. Opponent scoops in response. He could have just let it hit, but that's okay. Good game. Synthesizer Lab Ship. Beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target creature artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 2/2 and gains flying until end of turn. Cool. Cool card. Got a rare. I always like getting rares when I get ACR's individual card rewards. I've always been a fan of Tinker decks or egg decks, I guess. Well, maybe that's not really the right description. Decks that really care about little artifact tokens like food and clues and stuff like that. And this card fits right into those kind of decks. Can turn otherwise random pieces of cardboard on your field into threats that are flying. I like that a lot, actually. For only 1 mana. Makes me want to build a deck like that. So I guess that might be the next one we do. Up against Voja. Very, very powerful card. Usually some combination of elves and wolves, with the focus usually being on the elves. Because there's not as much support for wolves, unfortunately, even though it's a really cool creature type. I have a buddy that he's been trying to build wolves since we first started playing Magic. He got the card Master of the Wild Hunt, which is just really a really cool design for a card. And unfortunately, just wolves just don't have a lot of support. But this one kind of bridges the gap. You get a few of the good wolves, and you get the elves. And you get red and white along with the green. Very good, very good. Extremely powerful. All right, our hand is capable. Got our mana. I would like an earlier turn creature, but I'm not going to say no to a playable hand. I don't love that our opponent's going first, but we do have a board wipe that could help. Ascendant Pack Leader, so a wolf. Wolves have gotten some support in the last few years. Just not quite enough to really make them over the top. Unless you're playing specifically... Oh, there's a... I can't remember his name. The red-green werewolf commander. Lets you draw a card whenever a wolf hits. Okay. I could play my 2-drop that I drew, or I could play removal. Let's see, get rid of the mana dork. Or play my Stalker. Stalker plus Sea-Dasher Octopus is really cool. And we can wait a turn. He can't play Voja next turn, so let's go ahead and play the Invisible Stalker. Yes, I know I'm probably going to have to wipe the board, but this can draw us a few cards in the meantime. Mind Stone and Selvala. That card is nasty. Probably the better one to remove. We'll take 2. Yeah, I think I need to get rid of that. Alternatively, I could play this. Doesn't really help me against what he's doing, though. Yeah, I need to get rid of Selvala. That card is just too much. And we'll go ahead and pay 3 life. That's fine. And I think I actually keep this back in case I need a chump blocker. Voja comes down. Okay, if we can just survive for a couple turns, we can wipe the board and maybe stabilize. In which case, preventing 3 damage probably is worth it. Not sure what he's doing. Seems like a pretty clear attack to me. Maybe his computer crashed. Opponent's clock is going. That seems to imply that he had a crash. Oh, he only attacks with... Oh, that doesn't have haste. What am I thinking? I think I take 3 here and prevent more damage later with blocker. Okay, we really, really, really need to hit land for next turn. So this attacks. Assuming he plays an elf, this will get 2 counters on everything. That means that's a 7/7. That's a... It has 2 power, and that has 5 power. So 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 2 is 14. There's very little space for me to be alive next turn if I attack. So I can't really afford to. I could play Kaito. Yeah, actually that's the play. Play Kaito. Pacify his Ascended Pack Leader.
I won't quit until Kamigawa is safe.
And
I can run circles around you.
Actually, yeah, I'll attack. If I shut down one attacker,
I've got the upper hand.
bounce that to get another activation, draw a card. Hope to hit a land. Okay, we did hit an untapped land. If we survive, we wipe the board and see where we can go from there. Switchfoot Boots. That's not a big deal. Oh, I love that. I love that. That also saved me some damage. He did not attack with the Incubation Druid, notably. Strange.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Alright, don't hit a land. Did not... Okay, so board wipe will be good here. He won't be able to play Voja right away. Okay. Okay, we might be okay. Make sure we hit the right mode. Non-dragons. Okay. Alright, alright. We've got a chance here. We have a good hand of cards. He can't play his commander for at least 2 turns. Does he go for the aggressive line? No, he doesn't. Okay. Actually, he could play the boot, equip the boots. All right, so I'll get in for 2. That's fine. No attacks. He wants to make sure he can hit Voja, but thankfully we have make them exile a creature so it gets around the hexproof. Very, very good here. Okay. He gets rid of his graveyard as well. Not that that's particularly relevant, but then we can start ticking up Kaito. If he draws a land, he can still play Voja. 5, 6, yeah.
I don't know.
But
Not for long.
he also might want to attack my Kaito, so we'll see what happens.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
Probably ditch Oroku because, yeah, he does draw me cards. He also hits me. And this also draw me cards, so don't need that. Want to keep hitting our land drops. And he phases out, so that's right, he can't actually attack him even if he wanted to. Birds of Paradise. Gold Bop. This is a strange Birds of Paradise. Oh, it's from the Bloomborough set. Hasty Birds of Paradise. Double haste. Yeah, haste with rhythm. Okay. Biting Palm Ninja is pretty good. Alright, I will play a land. I think we just get some dudes out. So, play Invisible Stalker. He's got something that's holding priority. It could just be the Mind Stone. Unblockable creature, or we get just keep ticking up. Let's see what we draw. Dowsing Dagger. I don't think we have time to play that, so we'll get rid of that. And play Biting Palm Ninja as a potential blocker. And we can plan to crack the Marsh Flats to find our Surreal land. Okay. We're in okay shape here, although it could go south quick. Faithful Absence. Honestly, I'm totally fine with that. Gives us a clue token to draw more cards. I'm totally fine with that. It drew me a couple cards. It drew out a card up from his hand. I can't ask for much more than that. All right, Voja comes out with haste. Notably, he's only got the 1 wolf, so he'll get to draw a card, but it doesn't get any counters. Let's see what we can see before we decide if we block. Prevail. Otawara could bounce. This has Ward 3. And so this would cost 7 to bounce. Yeah, that's probably not what we want. So we'll go ahead and put that in the graveyard. Let's just take 5. It's fine. I mean, we have to deal with this one way or the other if we want to survive. So. Okay. Let's start by attacking. We will mutate onto... Why can't we mutate? Oh, this is a human. And so is this. I might need to rethink the octopus. I forgot that mutate doesn't work on human creatures. That's fine. Attack. Get in for some damage. we can use this ability to take a look at his hand. Make sure he can't just kill us next turn. Gramoka's Command. That is probably not a good card for us to face, so we'll get rid of that. Voja having Ward 3 is really annoying. It means we can't just plus and pacify him, although we could play it as a distraction. Yeah, actually I like that. I play it, draw a card, maybe get an untapped land so we can crack the clue.
This fight is already
Or
over.
make a Death Toucher. Ah, that's the play. There we go. Found the play. Found the line.
Valencia has minions.
Found the line, chat. I do like his suite of abilities. Pacify, Death Touch blocker, or attacker, and draw a card. And that's totally fine. I am totally fine with that trade. Means he'll now cost 9 mana next turn. Next time, that will be his whole turn.
Find another way in.
Am absolutely fine with that exchange. While my commander is very good, he is not my path to victory. He is supplementary to, and it also gains me some life. Really like that. Really like that. Okay. But now this costs 9 mana. Get locked. I'll take the maps. I will take the maps. Okay. All right. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. So this costs 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if he does have the land, so he can play it next turn. Let's start by drawing this card. Okay, I mean, I don't think we really need to exile its grave right now, and we do have an untapped land. Okay, so we'll play another land. We'll play the goggles, get them on our stalker, hit, draw another card. We also get to scry one, so what we really want is more removal. Okay, he has removal for mine. That is all removal, except the Mind Stone. He had quite a bit of removal. That's fine. Okay, so we'll go ahead and explore. Excellent. And play the Sea-Dasher Octopus as a emergency blocker. Not likely he'll have an ability to do more than just the 5 damage next turn, so I favor some damage here. We're getting to the point where we could play this and pacify Voja. And if we can get to that point where we can just keep pacifying Voja, we're in good shape. Take the 5. Okay. So this cost 8, or 3, so I need 11. Do I have 11? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am 1 shy. But we can make another Death Toucher. Keep all our creatures up as blockers, potentially. Okay, yeah.
I got sharp eyes and sharper blades. I've got the technological edge.
Another land. Okay. And actually, we could probably just get in.
Infiltrate.
Ah, yes.
My specialty.
And this lets us draw a card. Ooh, that's really good.
Secrets won't stay hidden for long.
That's really good. Another removal spell for Voja. Farseek, getting in more lands. Alright, he attacks. I'll block and kill it again. Take 3, but I'll gain 2, so basically effectively take 1. Commander dies again. And now we have a Kaito on the field. Attach the boots to the bird. This could gain us some life. That might actually be the play. Kill off his bird. Give our creature lifelink. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Play land. +2, 2+1/+1 counters. Actually, or we can get a couple creatures back. That's also really good. Let's see. It'd be Biting Palm Ninja and Oroku Saki, which neither of them are particularly crazy here. Although we can blitz this in, or ninjutsu this in. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, so we'll get 2 creatures. I don't care about the bird. All right, we'll put the counters on the octopus. Get these back. Attack. Excellent. Ninjutsu in this. We can ninjutsu again, but I don't think we need to. Gain 3, bring him down to 7. Draw a card. Bounce the ninja back.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Oh, I should have. I forgot. I guess you don't get the trigger because you can't remove a menace counter since he's not there anymore. That's okay. Draw a couple cards. Ooh, board wipe. That could be helpful. All right, let's draw a card. And just plus for no targets.
You can't fight what you can't see.
Play the wizard class so we don't have to discard our hand. Love it. That doesn't come into play very often, but useful here. Good old Llanowar elves. Man, he plays Boja once again. Attack me or my commander? Attacks with the bird. Okay, down to 2. That's okay. Because now I think we just wiped the board. Yeah, wiped the board. And that taxes him even more. All right, so now he's 11 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He still can play it. So we need blockers. So we cash in our commander, make a Death Toucher. That can also gain us some life.
All right, little buddy. Let's clean up this mess.
And just dump our hand. Especially the ones that have bigger toughness. Slither Blade. Stalker. Thousand Face Shadow. And Exile's Grave, for what it's worth. Alright, let's see what happens. He can still play it, but it's his whole turn, and I can just kill it. Trample, lifelink, haste. It's fine. So we need a block with enough to survive. This has Death Touch. So we'll block with these two. Do I block with the fifth one? Yeah, I probably want to keep as much life as I can. And we are ahead on cards, so... Alright, and that leeches 2 life. Okay. Let's see what that last card is, and we can play some more blockers. We can also make another 2/2. And he scoops it up. Awesome. Successfully played through Voja.
So what's our takeaway for Kaito Dancing Shadow and his ninja deck? The deck felt fun, strong, able to grind out games into the late game, even against some of the strongest decks in the format. Overall, if you're looking for something fun, interesting, and different from the run-of-the-mill deck, I'd highly recommend it. I've broken the deck down into some of the key strategies, starting with unblockable creatures like Futurist Operative, Changeling Outcast, Triton, Baldur's Gate, among several others. You want those unblockable creatures not only to get in easy damage, but also to trigger your ninjutsu and sneak abilities. So we have a healthy dose of that, along with Kaito making the death-touching creatures, which people usually don't want to block. Then we want good, strong removal, both single target and board wipes. Just a few board wipes. Single target strong options like Eaten Alive, where we can either sacrifice one of our own creatures or pay an extra cost to exile something, getting rid of it for good. Things like Feed the Swarm, things like Feed the Swarm and Shredder's Technique can also deal with enchantments in colors that usually can't deal with those very easily. Strong, solid, flexible options like Tyrant Scorn, allowing us to also bounce our own creatures in certain situations if needed. And board wipes in the form of Deadly Cover-Up, Crux of Fate, and Damnation. Another key strategy that we're going for is lots and lots of card draw. This whole category is all about card draw. From single target or single card draw like Birthday Escape, which can also make a creature harder to block with the first part of the ring, and cards like Brainstorm and Opt, to cards like Chart a Course that reward us for attacking with creatures, and then cards that are a core part of our strategy like Donatello's Technique having Sneak, Orokusaki, and Ninja of the Deep Hours that have Ninjutsu and Sneak, and certain equipment that give us some sort of card advantage. Having good card draw means we can bury our opponents in value, making it very difficult for them to set us too far behind. And the last category, which is sprinkled out throughout the other 3 categories, are payoffs for our unblockable creatures. Skull Snatcher being a more minor benefit, but it's always good to have a little bit of graveyard hate in Brawl. And he's nice and solid at ninjutsu for only a single black. Dowsing Dagger with unblockable creatures is exceedingly easy to flip into a land. Mist Syndicate Naga can make copies of itself, and it pairs especially well with Tetsuko Umezawa, making creatures with power toughness 1 or less unblockable. And this creature has 1 toughness. It can potentially snowball out of control. Ninja Teen benefits you for doing your ninjutsu tricks. Makes your creatures harder to block with the 2nd chapter and gives you some recursion, really solid. Nashi, another ninjutsu creature that steals cards from your opponent and lets you pay life to cast them instead of mana. Very strong. Sword of Feast and Famine and Sword of Light and Shadow. Both just easy to trigger with your unblockable creatures, giving you some sort of value. Sword of Light and Shadow was better than I expected with the return a creature from your graveyard to your hand effect, although we didn't see it a lot during the games. And then I have a couple different categories here that fit into the others, but are standouts. First, cards that are some of the best that we can hope to see while we're playing. Invisible Stalker is one of our best unblockable creatures, having hexproof, so it's hard to deal with. Splinter and Silver Fur Master, both pumping our ninjas. Very, very strong for sneaking in or ninjutsuing in to make our opponent's blocks worse. I had at least one instance where ninjutsuing in one of these would save our creature and kill off our opponents. So very good overall. Both Kaito Cunning Infiltrator and Kaito Bane of Nightmares do a lot of things our decks want to do. With Bane of Nightmares, we usually really like getting that emblem. If we can get multiples, great, but even just one means our ninjas for the rest of the game are better. And we did get Cunning Infiltrator's ultimate off once, which proved to be very strong. And he does a lot of things we really like otherwise. As well as being easy to build up loyalty because of our unblockable creatures. Ingenious Infiltrator, another great payoff for playing ninjas, allows us to draw multiple cards off of each ninja combat damage instance. And then Gix's Command, it's an oldie but a goodie, a well-known card in Brawl, and it overperformed here just like it does in most decks. That lifelink, it can be very useful. We don't have a lot of life gain options. Destroying creatures is obviously good. And returning 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand proved to be useful in several instances. A great card overall. And then lastly, we have cards that really overperformed, were better than I expected. Thousand-Faced Shadow. Having that flying means that it can act like an unblockable creature a lot of the time. And you can bounce it with ninjutsu and re-trigger its enters the battlefield effect to get multiple copies of attacking creatures. You can do a trick with ninjutsu and sneak where before the damage step happens, you can bounce creatures back and forth multiple times off of the same unblocked slot. Meaning you can trigger this multiple times. Especially good with Silver Fur Master letting ninjutsu cost less. You can do some really cool tricks with that. Better than I expected. And Strategic Betrayal, one of our removal spells. It doesn't let us target it, but getting a rid of an early mana dork came in handy a couple different times. And it's a bit of graveyard hate on top of that. Permanently dealing with the graveyard and permanently dealing with a creature that our opponent chooses. It's more relevant than I thought it would be. It's very strong. Biting Palm Ninja, on the surface, just a 3/3 menace for 3. Doesn't look like much, but it's remove a menace counter to look at your opponent's hand. Taking a key card came in clutch multiple times. And because it has the built-in menace, it also enables some of our ninjutsu stuff, making this card overperform. And the last card that was an overperformer, I really didn't expect much out of Moonsnare Specialist, but I played it anyway. Before I played the games, it would have been one of my first cuts, but it really proved its salt. On the surface, just a 4-mana 2/2 with ninjutsu 3, but that bouncing a creature really, really helped to get our damage through with our creatures that don't have unblockable. And again, just like with Thousand Faced Shadow, being able to ninjutsu back and forth and get the reuse of our enters the battlefield effects like this one made this card do what it does over and over and just well overperform. Overall, this deck is a lot of fun. If you have the cards, I would highly suggest giving it a shot. One disclaimer, expect to face some of the tougher decks in the format. For some reason, I'm not 100% sure about how they determine what you get faced up against, but Kaito consistently faced some of the best decks in the format. But thankfully, we came out of it with a positive record, so apparently the deck can hang. Always think out your plays. Don't play too fast. This deck does have a bit of tricksiness to it that you have to keep in mind. If you play slow, play to your outs, and concentrate, this deck will really reward you for skillful play. I hope you liked the video. If you did, consider hitting that like button and subscribing. I hope you enjoyed, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. This is the Smith, signing out.